Good morning, everybody. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a multicam tutorial here. We are doing a casting here. We're looking for somebody to take over while somebody else goes on maternity leave. And so while we do that, what I'm doing is a casting as if they were going to do those segments. And what I have is two cameras shooting the exact same thing. And how we do it is, this is one camera here set up. The other camera is on another card because they both record onto different cards because they're two different cameras. And then we're going to sync them up in multicam and switch back and forth. Okay, so one thing I'm going to show you here is when you're importing, I don't have to import the entire clip. What I can do is find an endpoint. Here's my endpoint, and go all the way to where I think it's going to end. We'll just go right there and just import that. So that way we don't have to import the entire clip. Let's say my clip was 30 minutes long and I only wanted 2 minutes of it. I could just do that. Okay, so that's done importing. So let's go ahead and eject this card. Okay, that's ejected. Swapping cards. Okay, this card has a lot of videos on it, so they're little clips from another show that we did. So it'll take a little bit to load. All right, so now that this is loaded, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here. I just want, see all these little white parts? That means they've already been imported. Okay, here's where I'm looking for. Okay, we'll start there, go to the end. Yeah, that'll work. All right, let's import that. I know the background looks really goofy. That is because I'm not too concerned with the background. We're doing a talent test. We're not doing a background test or a full real scene that we're going to put on the air. This is just to check and see how these people look on camera, how they act. That's really all the concern we have. Okay, it's done, so let's eject this. And it seemed like it went halfway. It's because the video comes first and then the audio, and the audio is so tiny compared to the video that it just goes real quick. When you have a lot of clips, you'll see this pie piece up here go really fast, or you'll see this pie piece take a little bit longer, and the one that's down here will go halfway and then skip. So that is done. Now, I've already got a couple, so let's add another one. All right, all my settings are correct. And the way I'm going to do this is these two are the clips that I'm going to use. And if I just select them, right click, and go New Multicam Clip, then I can start to create it. Hard to type with a microphone in my way. All right, I'm going to put it in this event. The angle assembly, I like camera angle over camera name or clips. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. But basically, what'll happen is in the window when you're looking at it and you're clicking between the two angles, you'll see 1 and 2. On camera name, if the camera has a name, it'll say like A055. P096 or whatever, and then clips, it'll give you the name of these. So I prefer camera angle because to me it's just 1 and 2. That's fine. Angle clip ordering, if you go by time code, it will go by the time code. It'll put, let's say your camera 1 right here has a time code of 1 hour. And this camera has a time code of 2 hours, it'll put this one first. If it's swapped, it'll put this one first. If you go by content created, it goes by which one was downloaded into the computer first. So this one's going to go first and this one's going to go second. Okay. Angle synchronization. This really doesn't matter much when you have this checked if you're using audio for the synchronization. But if you have a timecode generator and you've recorded these with a timecode generator, you can use that for synchronization and get it to the frame accurate. If you use content created, if somehow they were copied to the same machine or recorded onto the same machine with the exact same date and time, you can use that. I just keep it on start of first clip. It really doesn't matter. It'll put the start of this one, and if this one is a little bit longer, let's say it started earlier, it'll just move it back. It's no big deal. And then first marker on the angle, you can put a marker in here and sync it according to the markers if you really wanted to. And that's if the audio just does not work. You've got a little clapboard or something. You recorded this guy's mic on one and her mic on the other. It might have a hard time with the audio synchronization unless you use a clapboard or something. Starting time code is whatever you want it to be. I like to start it with 1 hour. All right. If you set your video properties based on common properties, what will happen is, let's say you shot 2 of them with my camera, and then you shot one with a Red camera and then one with an iPhone camera. Whichever one is the worst, it will set up the settings according to that. Since these are the same, I can set that if I want, but I like to keep it like this. I like to force it to be on the settings that I like for my broadcast. And then audio render, you can use custom. It really doesn't matter. If you use the default settings, if you have custom, normally you can change these, but since these are the same, it's not going to change. And then render format, I choose the ProRes 422. I don't worry about the HQ or the 444. It's just a little too much because this is shot in lesser quality than ProRes 422. So going up to these is just a waste of space. This one right here will make it lower quality than what I have. This is higher quality than what I have, and everything else above it is just unused space pretty much. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. And here's my clip. And I will throw it down here. And here comes the fun part. If I click on it and I go Window, Viewer Display, Show Angles, then I can see the 2 angles. I'm actually going to move my events on the second display so I can see the 2 angles better here. All right. So let's find the beginning. This is the beginning right here, and we're going to cut it. Okay, on your viewer display, when you have your angles, anytime you click, when it's playing or even when it's stopped, it will switch and it will make a cut down here in your project. And you can decide whether it cuts video and audio, video only, or audio only. You can also set up your display to have some different things. Like this says angle 1 and 2. I can put the clip name in there if I want, or none if I don't want to have it in there. I'm just going to leave angle 1 and 2. It doesn't really matter. You can have up to 16 angles, but 2 is enough because that's all I have right now. Okay? And what I'm going to do is, let's listen to it. Actually, this does have the audio that I need, so I'm going to leave it that way. Okay, it sounds awful because these 2 channels are included, and now it should sound a little bit better.
Muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros. Mi nombre es Celeste. El día de hoy tenemos un invitado muy especial que nos estará hablando un poquito sobre uno de los eventos.
Okay, if you notice, my sync is off.
Muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros. Mi nombre es Celeste. El día de hoy tenemos un invitado
She's looking
muy
here
especial.
and it's off here. Okay, so let's fix that. Let's right click and where is it? Open an angle editor. Okay, so angle 2 is out of sync. Let's go ahead and let's open this in the timeline. We should be able to okay, that's fine. So let's turn this off for a minute so we can see. Oh no, we can't. All right, so what's happening is they're starting at a little bit different times. So this starts here and this one starts at a different time. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have any audio there, that's why. All right, let's do this. As she starts, normally I record ambient audio from the front mic, and so that's why it was a little strange. That's why you're not seeing audio. So let's do this. Okay, right there her bracelet hits. Okay, so I'm going to cut this here. That won't let me do it right there. Let's just bring it back. Okay, so I'm going to cut that there. And here,
Muchísimas gracias por estar.
Can you hear that? Right there, her bracelet hits. Okay, so I need to be able to move that back. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I can move this forward like this. They should be in sync. Let's see.
Muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros. Mi nombre es Celeste.
Pretty good. All right, let's go back here.
Muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros. Mi nombre es Celeste. De hoy tenemos un invitado muy.
Oh, I'm running off of a server running over 10 gigabit per second Ethernet. So let's turn this into proxy media. All right, let's try this again.
Que nos estará hablando un poquito sobre uno de los eventos más importantes para los hispanos en el sur de Nevada. Rogelio, muchas más importantes para los hispanos en el sur de Nevada. Rogelio, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
¿Sobre qué se trata este evento?
Pues es el segundo anual, se llama...
I think I still have it a little bit off, but let's keep going.
Evento.
Pues es el segundo anual, se llama Celebrando Hispanic Festival y va a ser en el Canary Hotel Casino el 11 de abril.
Perfecto. ¿A qué hora empieza el evento?
Comenzamos a 1 de la tarde y terminamos a las 9 de la noche. Así que sí son 8 horas, pero bueno.
Perfecto. ¿A qué hora empieza el evento?
Comenzamos a la 1 de la tarde y terminamos a las 9 de la noche. Así que sí son 8 horas, pero vamos a tener mucho entretenimiento en ese horario. Así que no importa si vienes al principio o al final, tenemos algo para todos.
Perfecto. Y con ese entretenimiento...
Oh, I made a mistake there.
Tenemos algo para todos.
Perfecto. ¿Y con ese entretenimiento te referís a alguna sorpresa especial que nos tienen
Tenemos
preparadas?
un artista que acabamos de confirmar, pero no te quiero decir porque es una sorpresa. Pero aparte de eso tenemos bandas como para merengue, salsa, cumbias, también norteñas, gruperos. Así que no importa si eres un vaquero, alguien que vienes del Caribe o hasta un gringo, venga, todos se van a entretener.
Todos se van a entretener con nuestra comunidad. Perfecto. ¿A dónde se consiguen estos boletitos y cuánto cuestan?
Pues ahorita tenemos un arreglo con La Bonita, así que cualquier supermercado que tú quieras ir, ahí puedes comprar boletos. Cuestan $5 para los niños y $10 para los adultos.
¿Y los menores de 5 años?
Gratis, por supuesto.
Perfecto. Bueno, Rogelio, ¿nos podés contar un poquito sobre los sponsors que van a estar participando de este lugar?
Pues uno que estamos muy orgullosamente patrocinado es el Boys and Girls Club. Ellos hacen mucho con la juventud y es importante que nuestros jóvenes tengan algo que hacer después de la escuela. Yo cuando era chiquito también participaba en ese programa y por eso salí un poco bueno, ¿verdad? Digamos. Por eso siempre nos gusta estar con esa organización porque sabemos que hacen un gran esfuerzo aquí en la comunidad.
Rogelio, muchísimas gracias por haber estado con nosotros. Ya saben, vayan a buscar sus boletitos porque se están vendiendo súper rápido. Tenemos una cita el 11 de abril a partir de la 1 de la tarde. Los esperamos. Gracias. A partir de la 1 de la tarde. Los esperamos. Gracias.
Y te tengo un taquito para ti cuando llegues, ¿no?
Ahí estaré. Me encanta la comida mexicana.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Por tenerme.
Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Okay, so that was it. They're 157, so that's fine. I'll cut out of it a little bit early. All right, let me grab this little bumper thingy and throw it in here and detach the audio so that I can roll this back some. Just to the Telemundo logo. And let's take the same bumper and throw it on the end. Detach the audio. All right, let's see.
11 de abril a partir de la 1 de la tarde. Los esperamos. Gracias.
Y te tengo un taquito para ti cuando llegues, ¿no?
Ahí estaré.
All right, we will cut out right about there. We might have to bring this up a little bit and do that with it. And we'll go a little bit longer. No big deal. I'm not too worried. Nobody's going to care because this is just a sample. It's not really going on the air. All right. Let me just adjust this audio real quick and make it so it looks and sounds good.
Gary! What's up?
How much?
How come you didn't go to lunch with us?
Because I knew you were going to be there.
That's the right answer. Good for you for insulting me as soon as I walked through the door. That's awesome.
All right, so if I wanted to make adjustments, let me just verify and see how this looks.
Rogelio, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros.
That's so loud. Well, she's quiet. Let's do this. Let's take their audio, not in there, but let's open it in the angle editor. And here's our audio. We're going to turn off those two channels and we'll turn this up to about 6 probably. All right.
Celeste. El día de hoy tenemos un invitado muy especial que nos estará hablando un poco.
That'll work. Okay, now let's do this. Let's throw in a compressor. And I'm doing this in the angle editor because it's then going to apply to everything. All right, throw in the compressor. And let's mess with it a little bit.
Un poquito sobre uno de los eventos más importantes para los hispanos en el sur de Nevada. Rogelio, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
¿Sobre qué se trata este evento?
Pues es el segundo anual, se llama Celebrando Hispanic Festival y va a ser en el Cannery Hotel Casino el 11 de abril.
Perfecto. ¿A qué hora empieza el evento?
Comenzamos a la 1 de la tarde y terminamos a las 9 de la noche. Así que sí son 8 horas, pero vamos a tener mucho entretenimiento en ese horario. Así que no importa si vienes al principio o al final, tenemos algo para todos.
Perfecto. ¿Y con ese entretenimiento te referís a alguna sorpresa especial que nos tienen preparados?
Tenemos un artista que acabamos de confirmar, pero no te quiero decir porque es una sorpresa.
Okay, that's
pero
good.
aparte
Now
de
let's
eso tenemos
mess with
bandas
the
como
EQ
para
a little
merengue,
bit.
salsa, cumbias, también norteñas, gruperos. Así que no importa si eres un vaquero o alguien que viene del Caribe o hasta un gringo, venga, todos se van a entretener.
Todos se van a entretener con nuestra comunidad. Perfecto. ¿A dónde se consiguen estos boletitos y cuánto cuestan?
Pues ahorita tenemos un arreglo con La Bonita, así que cualquier supermercado que tú quieras ir, ahí puedes comprar boletos. Cuestan $5 para los niños y 10.
All right, sounds good. And it applies to everything here now.
Invitado muy especial que nos estará hablando un poquito sobre uno de los eventos más importantes para los hispanos en el sur de Nevada. Rogelio, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
¿Sobre qué se trata este evento?
Pues es
Gracias por estar con nosotros. Mi nombre es Celeste. El día de hoy tenemos un invitado.
Boletos.
Didn't seem to apply the audio.
Cuestan $5 para los niños y $10 para los adultos.
¿Y los menores de 5 años?
Gracias, por supuesto.
Perfecto.
There we go.
El día de hoy tenemos un invitado muy especial que nos estará hablando un poquito sobre uno de los eventos más importantes para los hispanos en el sur de Nevada. Rogelio, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
¿Sobre qué se trata este evento?
Pues es el segundo anual, se llama Celebrando Hispanic Festival y va a ser en el...
Okay, I'm not too worried about the audio. I'm more worried about how they are, so that's fine. Let's fix the color a little bit. All right, same thing. Open an angle editor. And we are going to click on this clip and let's mess with the color. Video, correction, exposure. Let's bring up the mids. Let's bring up the highs a lot. Come on. There we go. Not so much. Right about there. We can bring that down just a bit, and let's bring up the saturation a bit. And let's take the color from the mids and make it a little more blue. There we go. Looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to copy that and paste it to the other angle. But just the color. I don't need it, the other attributes. And back here, it's all recolored. Cool. I'm not going to worry about taking out the green because I don't care about it. Okay, now let's throw in some transitions. One of my favorite transitions is in the light category. I really like light a lot. So I'm going to go in here and we'll grab, let's do the bloom. Let's take bloom and throw it in here. Oh. That's why. All right, let's throw bloom in here. And let's make it 10 frames. And actually, I need to pull this back a little more because I want it to just be that. And let's throw bloom in here. Make it 10 frames. Okay, the rest of it, let's say rather than doing cuts,
Rogelio, muchas gracias.
I usually do cuts, but let's say I don't want to do cuts. Let's say I want to do dissolves. All right, I'm going to take this dissolve, make it 6 frames, and I'm going to copy it. Now watch this. If I select all of these clips and I, whoops, not that, and I paste, it will paste the dissolve throughout the entire thing.
Y es importante que nuestros jóvenes tengan algo que hacer después de la escuela.
Okay, I don't want that, but that's just a little tip for you to get the same transition through a whole bunch of different things. So if I wanted to do dissolves of 6 frames all the way through, that's how I would do it. Okay, I need to throw in the titles now. All right, let's grab this title, throw it here. What did she call herself?
Muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros. Mi nombre es Celeste.
Okay. All right, let's throw a title down for Roger. And I can actually take it from the other one that we did. Let's do that. Let's just take it from the other one that we did over here. And let's put another one here, shorter. And we'll put one for her at the end. And we'll put one for him right here. I'm not going to worry about the dates and times and stuff. I just want it to look nice. Okay, so that's done. So you saw a little bit about multi-clip. I did kind of run through it quickly. But one of the tricks that I wanted to show you, or I didn't plan on it, but one of the tricks that was kind of neat was the synchronization using sound. A lot of times you can find a P sound or a B sound when somebody does that with their lips. What's up, dude?
How do I full screen it? I'm trying to move my time card over to the right and it won't go.
It's probably on full screen. Or, yeah, it's probably on full
How do
screen.
I get it to move to the right if it doesn't have the bar to move it over? You know what I mean?
Yeah, here, give me a minute. I'm almost done with this.
All right.
Okay, so one of the things that I did unintentionally was I showed you how to sync with sound. And what you can do, a lot of times you can get a P sound or a B sound, and use that. If you see their lips move, you can synchronize both of those with that sound. Just something that I've picked up over years and years and years of doing this. But it's pretty neat. It's a fun little thing to mess with. And that's basically what I did for this. And it seemed to work. I just used the sound of her bracelet hitting the table.
So, ¿qué se trata este evento?
Pues es el segundo anual, se llama Celebrando Hispanic Festival.
Okay, when the title comes up, it takes forever. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or put a comment on the video and let me know if you liked it or if it helped you out. All right, thank you very much for watching.